What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Get Your Peepers in the House. And guess what, y'all? I am here to talk to y'all about what you just heard me playing in this video. The Yank Keys Rig Volume 1.2, y'all. It's an update, and I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Let's get this thing started, y'all. Let's go over here to Ableton, and let's get it started. So, what you're looking at right here is the Keys Rig Volume 1.2. All right, and remember, if you already have volume 1, then you get 0.2 for free. All you got to do is go back over to the website, view content, and you got it right there. And then also, I got to say this, for everybody that purchased through email, because I had a lot of people that purchased this when it first happened. I didn't have a website. I just shooting out their own faith, and I had a lot of people to purchase it through email. Don't worry, all you have to do is email me from the email that you used to purchase in the beginning. Go back to that email thread and then send me an email and say, hey man, I gotta have that update, and we'll get you taken care of. And actually what I'll do is send you a link to where you can get it straight from the website, free of charge. And that way, if I do any other updates, you don't have to worry about that hassle of going through the email. You can just go straight to your portal on my website, all right? So let's go to Ableton, y'all. Now here is where all the magic is happening. We got some new stuff happening, y'all, so y'all make sure y'all pay close attention. All right, so we got our keys session here. And if you already own the Keys Rig Volume 1, then you know this came with the standard 4 piano sounds. And right now I got some verb on it or whatever, so I'm gonna take the verb out so you can just hear it. And all of these are running off of Atmosphere. So we got our keys right here, and they pretty much, all the sounds are coming out of here in Atmosphere. And if I open this up, you'll see I actually sell this Atmosphere sound pack totally. I don't know where that just popped up at, but I don't see it. I don't know if it's popping up somewhere else where I can't see. Yeah, I don't know where that just popped up at, y'all. Sorry for that. But anyways, I guess I can't show y'all. I don't see where the program is. But anyways, you'll hear the sounds here. We got our piano sounds. Like I said, I do sell this separate on my website. And I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but everything on my website is under $100. You can literally get my Atmosphere sound pack for $37.50. I just thought I'd put that out there. And also you can get my Ableton sound pack for $25. Just thought I'd put that out there. Just, you know, if you wanted to know some of these dope sounds that you're hearing in here, you can have access to that. All you have to do is go to my website. The link is in the description of this video. All right, so check it out. We got our keyboards, and the original only came with 4 sounds. So these 4 sounds right here, we got piano, felt, EP2, and the Rose. Let's listen to what that sounds like. This is a piano. And like I said, this is Atmosphere sounds that you're hearing right now. And we got our felt. Then we got our EP2. And then we got our Rose. But I don't use like a regular Rose. I like that kind of that silky EP sound. So, and of course you can mix these however you want to. We can have this going. Or you can have this going. All right, you can have that going however you want to. What's new about this is we added 4 more slots. All right, you just touch that button underneath the dry, and of course you got the arrow showing you what that button goes to, and that's changing. You have access to a second page of 4 more piano sounds. So if you wanted to add more piano sounds, if you have the original one and you're liking the keyboard stuff that I have here, but you want to add your own pianos along with that, we gave you 4 more extra spaces. Now, if you have the custom, then you can load all of whatever pianos you want to load in there. Don't have to have Atmosphere. You can have Contact, whatever you want to, you can load it in there. But now you have 8 slots to be able to load in your sounds. And it's super easy to load in the sounds. We'll go over that as the video goes along. And as you can see here in Ableton, let me switch over to Ableton real quick so you can see it a little bit better. You see it says sound 5, 6, 7, and 8. All you have to do is you can either load them here, or you could open up this right here and you can go, this is the Atmosphere pianos, of course. So you can go to sound 5, load in whatever sound you want to be there, then sound 6, load in there, and we have an on and off switch that's already set there. So all you have to do is just load the sound, and literally you'll be able to control it from the iPad. Let's go back to the iPad. You'll be able to control it from the iPad. Here, the volumes are already set up and ready to go. So if we go back, let's see here if we can go back here, you see sound 5. If you look down here for sound 5, well, I got to make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. Ableton. If y'all go back here, you see sound 5. I can move the fader here. You see it's moving there for sound 5. It's already ready to go for you to use with TouchOSC. All you have to do is load your sounds. And then let's keep it moving, y'all. So what else do we got here? We also got some extra space for our synth sound. So basically all we did here was take this template and whatever's there, we doubled it. So we have 4 original piano sounds, now we have 8. We had 1 synth sound, which was this one right here. Let's see if we can get there. That synth patch is retarded. All right, now all we did here was added another station, another place where you can add some more, just one more synth sound. All right, so now you can have 2 patches. If you have the custom keys rig, then you can load whatever 2 patches you want there. If you have this keys rig, then it comes with this amazing sound there, and then of course you can add whatever sound. All right, so what else we have? We have these amazing luscious strings, y'all. Now, if you watch my video Eshe by Nathaniel Bassey, then you heard me playing these exact strings right here. My only secret to the way I use my strings is I use an expression pedal, which helps with the expression of the string. So I don't just play them like this. A lot of people were saying, man, those strings sound real powerful and very expressive. That's because I'm actually using an expression pedal, and I already have it set. When you open up this template, let's go here. We got the strings right here. If you look here, let's see, let's make it a little bit bigger so you can see. If you look on this channel for the strings, on the volume, when I move my expression pedal down, you see it going down to about negative, it goes down to -8. Then you see it jump all the way back up to 0. You can see the number here goes down to -8, then to 0. That's how I'm playing my strings so expressive. So just to give you an example, you have and then of course I'm using the mod wheel to add in even more expression and bring life to those strings. And that's included right here with the Yank keys rig, y'all. All right, going on to the next thing, let's go to the pads, y'all. Now, with the pads, I do want to show y'all this. With the pads, I've actually added something. So in the beginning of this video, I was tweaking some stuff down here, but let's just take off all of this stuff here. Let's take off the strings, and let's do. So this is each sound by itself. This is a hollow sound. This is very good for just having like a pad, a very warm pad that just carries everything. And it moves with you, it moves fast with you. All right, I use that one right there. I actually use this pad right here in my keys rig, all right? And then next we got our motion pad, which it really gives you, it kind of, to me, the secret to having good pads is having something that has some type of movement in there. It makes you feel like you're in an environment, right? And that comes with this keys rig, all right? Here we go. We got hollow and motion going. And of course, you can level this and mix it however you want to with these volume things that you see over here. Let me add in a frost. We got our frost just by itself. All right, and then we got our 8-bit. And I love using this sound right here, especially for like transitioning, and maybe we holding on the 5 and then going to the 1. We can use it for some good transitional sounds. And like I said, here down at the bottom, you see the L. Now, if you don't know what the L is, a new update that we've added is we have this I at the bottom here of the tablet. If you see this I, you press on this I, it tells you what the L's are for. And you probably can't see it on the screen right now because it's very small, but it says L is for the latching a sound. This feature is only useful if you're using Atmosphere, right? Because I got this question a lot with the first original keys rig. A lot of people was like, what is the L for? How can I latch any sound? You can't just latch any sound. Unfortunately, you can only latch a sound that's in Atmosphere because that feature comes with Atmosphere, all right? You just have it available there if you want to assign that latch. And I talk about that. It's all in the folder when you download it. If you want to get into latching with Atmosphere with this template, I have a video explaining how to do that as well. All right, but with this original template, we'll get to the custom template in a minute, but with this template, you get the latching already set up for you for each sound. So we got our sound here. All you have to do, as I'm holding the sustain pedal, I hit latch, and now I can let go of the sustain pedal and deactivate the sound, and it's still latching. Now I can play on top of that. All right, I don't know what I was doing right there, but anyways, you get the point. All right, and like I said, the new stuff that's added to this is you get 8. Well, you have a total of 8 pad sounds now. So now you can load in 4 more pad sounds, and you got that going. Another dope thing that I've added to this is if you have the keys rig already, then I changed the shimmer on this one. All right, I found a better shimmer setting. So let me let you listen to what I'm talking about. So this is a sound by itself. When I add in the shimmer, you hear a lot more sparkle to it. So watch this. It really makes it sound like a different sound, y'all. Especially if you mix it real good. Like, let's turn down some of the dry signal, kind of level it out with a little bit with the shimmer. So now you got a different sound. A whole nother sound versus this. And that can happen with every sound, y'all. So let's get it in there. Let's do some verb and some shimmer. Let's do it like this. And then we can filter it out and create a whole nother sound. I'm telling you, the options are limitless when it comes down to this, y'all. And since I already showed you everything that's on this page, so at the top you can have, this is activating your piano sounds, and if you go to your pads, I add some pads in there. If I try to play a synth sound, you won't hear unless I hit synth. But with the synths, you don't hit a pad, so if you want everything in there, you just hit all in. Now you got the synths, the pads, the keys, everything is in there. All right, so let's go back to our home page here and let's hit that mains off. Now, nothing that I have going on mains is gonna matter. All right, but before I do that, let's activate that back. Let's just activate the keys for right now. All right, we'll turn that off. We just the keys. Let's go to this new added page here. I'm excited about this one. This is the drone tonic page, y'all. The drone tonic page. So the dope thing about the drone tonic page is you get 2 features in one. You get the drone feature, which you see on the left side of the screen. You see record, play, stop, and clear. So basically with this, you can drone either any of your keyboard sounds or any of your pad sounds. I wouldn't see a reason for droning a synth patch, so I didn't add that. And I really don't see a reason droning a string patch, so I didn't add that feature either. But any of your main keys or main pad sounds, you can drone them. And this is what I mean by that. All right, and remember, this comes in the update, y'all. This is so fire. So I'm gonna drone my piano. Watch this. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press record and play some piano notes, and we're gonna drone it. Watch this. Now when I hit play, I just drone my piano, y'all. I created a drone out of my piano, so I can play on top of that. Now, obviously, that is very dramatic with droning a piano sound, right? But let's do it again. Let's go back over here. Let's deactivate that piano and let's activate our pads, right? Now, let's try it with this one. We're just gonna hold this note and we're gonna hit record. All right, and you really don't have to record for long. You can hit record, then hit play, and then now you have your pad sound has been droned. It's been turned into a drone. And the dope thing about droning it versus latching it is I can still play the sound and don't have to worry about the notes being latched. So now, the dope thing about this drone pad too is you can add verb to it. So let's add some verb. Just if you have headphones on, you'll feel like it got a little bit more width to it. Then we can add some shimmer. Same shimmer that's on the piano, on the pads. You can add some shimmer to it. You can filter this out. And now you have this drone that you created from a sound that you're still using. That's super dope. All right, so you can stop that or you can clear it. Either one. If you want to stop it, you can stop it. That way, if you want to play it back later, you just hit play. Or if you just want to clear it all together, you got the options here, and I just cleared it. All right. Now the second part of this is you got the tonic pad, y'all. The tonic pad is literally you use this keyboard that's on the iPad to generate a tonic pad, and this ain't got nothing to do with none of the sounds you're using. It's literally a pad that you can generate. All right, so we're gonna do just a dry signal. Now, if you listen to this dry signal with the filter on, you may be like, man, that sound is a little bit harsh. Like, that's a little harsh, right? So I'm gonna turn it off. That may be a little harsh for some of y'all out there, but all you have to do is tweak it a little bit, mess with the filter, the dry signal, the verb, and the shimmer, and you get this luxurious tonic pad. All right, so we're gonna filter it out. Well, we're gonna start from the top, and I'm gonna show y'all how to make this sound good, all right, or sound a little bit better. So you got just that note. We're gonna filter it out. It's already starting to sound like a good drone. I'm gonna turn some of the dry signal down, and I'm gonna kill the reverb. Already, y'all. And then we can add some shimmer to it if we want some high presence. Lose a little bit of that dry. Get a little bit more of that shimmer in there. Or you could just do piano. Add some verb to the piano. Yes, sir, Doc. And then you can turn that drone off. And literally, you can drone any note that you want to. I just drone C sharp, but you can drone E flat. It don't even have to, y'all just hear how luxurious that is? It don't even have to be just the one note, y'all. It can literally be 2 notes, 3 notes, however many notes you want. You can do a 1 and a 5. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. We don't want it too loud. All right, you can have those notes be whatever you want it to be. But here's the dope thing about it. Let's go over here. Let's go to Ableton. I want to show y'all something. Y'all, this is so dope, man. All right, so I want to show y'all this. If you go into Ableton and you go to the Drone Tonic group channel, you can open up this group and you can go to the Tonic pad and watch this, y'all. This is just a stock Ableton patch, y'all. It's literally a stock Ableton patch called Moving Pictures. All right. You can change this to be whatever sound you want it to be. If you want it to be an atmosphere sound, if you wanted to be a sound out of my Ableton sound pack or my atmosphere sound pack, you can make it whatever sound you want it to be, y'all. And literally put that sound there, and now that sound becomes your tonic pad, which is going through, if I go back over here, which is going through these effects. All right, so that's another thing that we've added. And then it's not over, y'all. I'm excited about it. It's not over. That's not the only thing. Now we got the impacts page. Now this page right here, I'm really excited about because I literally use this every week, y'all. I use this right here every week. These 3 buttons right here, the sweep, the drop, and the river flow. I use these every week. All right, so let's go through all 3 of them. I'm just let you hear what it sounds like. All right, I'm gonna turn the drop down just a little bit, just in case it get too loud. Here's the sweep. All right, now that may sound weird, but I'm gonna show you how to use all of these, all right? And then we got the drop. I love the drop, man. I love the drop. Then we got the river flow. All right, now, also on top of that, we also have, let me make sure my sound is still working. We also have an impact selector. Now, for this impact selector, we only have 3 impacts in here for now. But this impact selector, we got selector 1, and listen to this impact. This happens when you're playing the bass line on your keyboard. You hear that impact at the bottom? All right, you can actually play with impacts now. Or we can go to impact 2. All right, or impact 3, which is very cinematic. Y'all listen, did y'all hear that? This is all in the keys rig. This is why you got, listen, let me show you my face. This is why you got to have it, huh? Put it in the comments right now. I got to have it. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna bless your soul, man. So as y'all can hear, let's go back here. As y'all hear, that's the impacts. Now I'm gonna show y'all how you can use these impacts to really help build moments at the church. And I'm telling you, I use all of these at the church. All right, so with these impacts, let's go. Am I showing y'all Ableton now and the keys? Let me make sure I'm showing y'all Ableton and the keys. Yes, I'm showing y'all Ableton and the keys. I see some comments there, but I'm gonna come back to them. So don't forget your questions. If I don't answer them now, just keep posting them and I'm gonna come back to them, all right? So here we go in Ableton. Check this out. What I wanna do is I wanna activate this right here, this click. All right, and I know that click is really loud, so we're gonna turn that click down. All right? I'm gonna show y'all how to use this right here. We're gonna start with the sweeps. All right, so let's go. We're gonna set our tempo to 72. That's the tempo for Holy Forever, right? Well, for us. you can filter it out. All right, so you get the point, right? So basically, with the sweep, you can help that to create transitions, right? And I use this at deeper. Now, of course, it's not that loud, but you get the point. Now, the trick that I've learned with using this is you want to press this on the third beat. All right, so let's just do that again. So we got 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and all right. So if you hit it any earlier than that third beat, then it, of course, that big boom won't land on the downbeat. All right. That's what I've learned about using the sweep, even on like 6/8 stuff. So let's go to 6/8 real quick. We'll go to 6/8, and let's go tempo 82 in the 6/8. Right. It's the same way. So you want to hit that on the third beat. So 1, 2, 3. And I know it's weird, but you'll see it happens the same way. So we got, let's go. So y'all get the point, right? This is, I'm telling you, it may sound dramatic right now, but if you use this in a service, you're going up. I'm telling you now, man, I do it. You're going up. All right, so you can use that. And then as you can see here, I'm gonna turn it down. But as you can see, when you hit this sweep here, you have an indicator, right? So you see that indicator. So, and the reason why I put that there is sometimes you're not playing to a click, right? You know, sometimes you're not playing to a click. So you're like, oh man, like when is the downbeat? So if you was to see this happen without seeing, like right now, or I can't really preview because it's there. But if you was to see this happen without that indicator, right, that status indicator, then you don't know when the downbeat is unless you're listening with some headphones to a click and you do. Excuse me, and you're doing it, I'm so sorry, y'all. And you're doing that technique I showed you with, you know, pressing on the third beat. But if you're like me and I play, like sometimes I don't play with a click and I'm just flowing, I added the indicator there. So even if you're just flowing, you can still kind of guess where that, or kind of gauge where that downbeat is gonna happen. So if I'm trying to create a moment, let's put some strings in here. Oh, so sorry. The reason why that happened is because it's actually the clip inside of Ableton wasn't complete when I stopped it. All right, so if I press anything, it's just going to play the clip all over. But anyways, as you can see, it didn't do it again there because the clip has been completed. But let's add in some strings. Now watch this, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how to do this. All right, so the indicator kind of helps with letting you know when that downbeat is going to happen. All right, so we got, let's say I'm just flowing. So even without me hearing a click, I'm able to gauge where that downbeat is going to happen because I know it's going to happen. As soon as that line disappears, I know it's going to happen, so I can kind of gauge when it happens. All right, so I just added that in there for, you know, for some eyesight or helpers on stage. Now the next thing we have here is the drop, and the drop, just think of a drummer, right? You hit the drop, it's like for big moments. If you're creating some like big moments or whatever. So say for instance, I'm doing something like so I'm doing. Yes, sir, Doc. It's loud. I'm doing. You hear what I'm saying? course, I have it down right now. I have the drop down, but you can imagine if we're doing this live in service, right? It just creates this beautiful moment, man. It just makes everything feel dramatic. And that's the thing about my playing, y'all. I got to show y'all my face on this one. The thing about my playing is I love to be felt more than heard. More than just you hearing what I'm doing. I love for you to feel my presence when I'm playing. And the way that this formula that I've created through some studying and through some advice is the way that I make myself feel present is not just by playing these pretty sounds or whatever, but I add certain sound effects. So imagine you're in a movie theater, right? And you're looking at a movie and the only thing they did in the movie was play strings. Or the only thing they did in the movie to create a moment of like suspense is play piano, right? But that's not the only thing that they do. They add other sound effects and things like that that create the moment, right? So when you're watching movies and it's creating that suspense, you hear those impacts, you know, that's happening at the bottom. That's like, sound like hearts beating. It's really, especially when you play into whatever's being spoken, it really just adds to that moment. All right, so let's go back here. And yeah, that's pretty much that. And then the last thing I got here, the river flow, we call our services rivers at Deeper. At Deeper Fellowship, we call them rivers. So I like to use this just to create moments. It's all about creating moments, y'all. So if I'm playing, say I'm playing something like this, whatever. Right, and I got that motion pad going back there, so I may hit that rivers just. Now, it's never that dramatic. I've always I'm probably here with it, a little bit there. But it's just to add some, like I said, you want to feel like you're creating the atmosphere. And then at Deeper, because we call our service rivers, we want people to feel like they're in the river of the Spirit, you know, the river of the Holy Spirit, or the river of heaven coming down into the building. So I use those type of effects. But as you can see here, this is already bringing the keys rig to a whole nother level, y'all. This is keys rig. If you're just not tuning in or just not watching, this is keys rig volume 1.2. And remember, if you already have the keys rig and you purchased it from the website, you can just go right back to the website or go to the email where you receive your receipt, hit that view content, and it'll take you straight there and you can download the new update. And for everybody that also purchased before I had the website, you know, before you boy had to move to the professionalism, I was doing this through email. And if you were one of those people that emailed me to get the keys rig, all you have to do is find that email or email me from the same email so we can see the thread and make sure that you have purchased it, because a lot of people have tried to hit me with the whole scam. Hey man, I purchased it and there's no receipt. All right, but if you have already purchased, what I know, it was a lot of people that over like 200 people that had purchased through the email. All you have to do is email me through that email. We're going to send you a link to the website where you can go get it for free. But the reason why we're gonna send you to the website is if I do any more updates, you don't have to go through the email thing again, the whole waiting for, because last night I had so many emails, I was asleep and woke up, I was, oh, well, let me hurry up. But if I do any more emails, any more updates, you don't have to wait for me to wake up to email you back. You just go to the website and go straight to that update. All right, so let's get back to it, y'all. We only got a couple more things here, and that's here on the aux page. Real simple, but very powerful thing that we've added here is, and after this, we're going to get to the questions, and I can pretty much go over anything else that you guys want me to go over, all right? So what we have here at our aux page, let's go to the mains page, because we want to deactivate everything that we're using on mains. So hit that button there, and now I can go to aux, and if I want to play some pulses, I love that. Sorry, I got carried away. But we have our pulses there. And of course, this came with Keys Rig Volume 1. Got our plucks. And of course, if you add some delay, right, you can get it to sound very colorful. We got our funk synth. All right, we got that. We got our sine lead. Then we got our synth lead. Then we got our bells here. You probably heard me playing that. I was actually playing that patch in the Eshe video. And we got our sweeps here. And you heard this in the Eshe video. This patch right here, the sweeps, I was using that. Matter of fact, I use that in a lot of, even when I'm playing mains, I use that, and it just helps create moments. Or if you do something like this, I don't know if you can pull this off with one keyboard, but if you had two keyboards, you're playing mains at the bottom, you could do something like this. You could have the sweep set up here, and you can press for the sweep to happen, then go to the impacts page and do this. To really add some dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I know that was dramatic right there, but you get what I'm saying. And then all we added here on this first page is you got a second page that you can add. Like I said, we doubled everything. Now you can add 7 more sounds into the Ableton session that's already ready to control. It's already ready for you to hit the launch. You can change the names of all of this stuff to be whatever you want it to be. All of that, y'all. And this is the new update. And of course, I showed y'all that this has nothing to do with the update. So the OSC, don't even, I even named it wrong. It say OSC is supposed to be OBS. But anyways, that's just for me to control and talk to you guys. On the home page, you now have, with the update, you have a preset saver and loader. All right. You can also clear all your presets, but it comes with up to 127 presets that you can save with this. All right. So what does this mean? Basically, what this means is it's going to, when you hit save on any preset, it's going to take all of these. It's basically taking a snapshot of every page on your device, and it's taking a snapshot of it, and it's going to save it, every page. So watch this. If I go in here and I hit save, let's go to 0. We're going to hit, no, matter of fact, for 1, we're going to set 1. Y'all see on my iPad. At the top right side, I have it set to 1, and I'm gonna hit save. Now, I'm gonna go to 0, and I'm gonna go to every page, and I'm gonna just turn everything down. All right. I'm gonna show y'all how this actually works, and it can help you with your Ableton session as well. Watch it. And this is what I use in my Ox video. So I'm gonna just turn everything down so it'd be real dramatic so you can see the difference. All right. Everything down. Everything is off. This down. And then I'm gonna come here, and on this preset, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit save for 0. All right, so we got this save. You know, every page is pretty much just blank. All right, now we're gonna go to 1 and hit load. Now you see automatically it's saved even where my the wheels around the A, Y, and K, it saved the position of those wheels. Took a screenshot. So if you go here to home page, now we got our everything is set back to normal over here. Now let's keep it going further. So I'll go here and let's do, okay, that's maybe 1 is for what's happening, you know, with that. Let's go to 2, and now let's say 1 is just that first song. Now the second song, I have something like this going with some pad stuff happening. Let me activate my pad stuff. We'll just keep it there just for now, just for time's sake, and we'll hit save on number 2. Now, when I go to number 0, I hit load, go to every page, we have nothing. Nothing's there. We go to 1, hit load, it's only piano. If I go to 2, hit load, now we have and guess what? You can hold on to the sustain pedal and it still affects it. So now we on preset number 2 right now, hold on sustain pedal, and go to preset 1 and hit load, and now everything has changed, but you still hear everything in the background. Now, all right, and that's how I'm telling you, that's how easy it is to go within to saving patches, like having a foot pedal, and you have like these screenshots that you can go to, snapshots that you can go to that quickly pulls up settings. It's really dope, and it's not just for, let's say it's not just for, let's go to number 3. Let's create something with number 3. Let's load number 2, go to number 3. So now we got this. It's not just for activating sounds. You can also change volumes of certain sounds. All right. So say for the 3rd song, I'm using the same sounds or whatever, but with this one, I want to turn the keys down here, and I want some reverb. Now, watch how dramatic this is. I'm gonna hit save on number 3. So I'm gonna go to number 2. I'm gonna load number 2. Then I'm gonna go to number 3 and load that one. Now, you really couldn't hear it like that because the strings was pretty much drowning it out. But if I go on here and let's see here, I'm gonna save this preset number 3 with no pass. And then I'm gonna go to preset number 2, load that, and I'm gonna save that one with no pass too. So you can hear the dramaticness of what's happening. So here, preset 2, go to preset 3, hit load, and it lowers my volumes. So basically it's using these snapshots to even change what's happening in Ableton just like that. And listen, y'all, this is what happened for me on Sunday with Ox. It made it so much easier. Just imagine all you have to do now, because pretty much in Ableton, let me show you in Ableton. In Ableton, the most that you can do, the most you can do in Ableton here was where I have it set up here with your set list. You can formulate your set list, right? So you can go, it's really here in your routings, and you can have, say for instance, you have piano for song 1. We're gonna put that piano there. And then for song 2, we have synth, right? And then for song 3, we have pads, right? So with this, it's only pretty much, only thing that this is doing is pretty much what you see what's happening on this page here. On this page, you see that piano, we got piano, pads, synth, all in. That's pretty much all that is. It's just choosing which sounds receive a signal, but it's really not changing. Like, you can't set up like, okay, we're gonna have piano and then what type of piano. You don't have that option here. And even if you did have that option, the amount of time you have to go in doing some animation, because I did this for Chris Lawson's concert last year. I did automation. This is before I found out about the preset. I did automation, and I had it like automating certain sounds to come on and other ones to turn off when I did certain songs. It took me hours setting that up. Now, within minutes, all you have to do, you can still use your song, you can still use here in Ableton, you can use your set list to arrange like what sounds will be present, like what sounds will be ready, you know, as far as what sounds receive the MIDI signal there. But in Ableton, if you look here on the iPad, now you can save scenes or snapshots of where the volumes are going to be set, and then what your pianos and your pads, what sounds are going to be activated when these certain things, when these certain scenes are launched in Ableton. It's just super dope. All right. And it was something else I was finna tell y'all, but I forgot that fast. But also what I want to show y'all here too is how quickly you can delete all of these settings. All you have to do is hit clear all. And then of course, now you see it's back grayed out, and now we don't have no preset saving. You can pretty much go through this and do it however you want this to be set up and your presets to be set up. Now, the only thing I have to say, y'all, I have to warn y'all about this, is with this preset saver, if you add anything new to this, and trust me, I've witnessed this, I've went through it, I've lost a lot of work that I did not understanding this, but now that I do, I can tell you guys, if you use this preset saver and you going through it and you saving all these presets, and then maybe say a month from now, you're like, you know what? I want to add another feature to my keys rig setup just for me. You know, I want to add whatever to it. So you go in, even if it's just adding a text, not like changing the text. You can go in like change if you don't want this, like here, you don't want, let me go back to this. If you go to your mains page, you don't want it to say sound 5. Now you want it to say whatever the sound is. You can change, you can edit text or edit things that's already there. But if you add any other objects to this, what you want to do first is clear all presets. And I know that sounds frustrating because, say for instance, you can have up to 127 presets, and the way you get to that is you hit the drop down, and then now you got a drop down. You can actually type in whatever preset you want to, but you have to be careful with this. But you can type in whatever preset you want to be, have type in. Right now I hit clear all, so it's not going to really do anything. But you, what you want to do is clear all your presets and then resave every preset, because here's what's going to happen. Remember, these are snapshots, right? So say for instance, I already have like a bunch of presets already saved, and then I add something later on, just add a button to a page. And then, you know, I go and I save that to whatever preset. When you go to load an older preset that didn't have that button, it's going to throw your whole entire session out. You're going to go clicking through pages and you're going to see words, just big letter words everywhere, because this is, those screenshots aren't, it's not matching anymore. All right. So remember, if you add anything to it, just remember to clear all your presets and start all over, because you added a new element. So now you have to start all over with saving your preset. Because if you pull up another preset, the element is still going to be there, and there's nothing to tell that element what to do. So it's just going to freak TouchOSC out. All right. I don't really know the science behind it, but just know I've experienced this and I've lost a lot of work, because it's not as simple as, oh, let me just clear it and start all over. You can't start, you literally have to start all over, and it's going to mess up a lot of stuff. Unless you already have a saved template before you made those changes, which I didn't. I made changes and then saved it on top of the old thing. Yeah, I lost a lot of stuff, y'all. So anyways, that's my advice to y'all on that. Just make sure you're doing your due diligence when it comes down to using this and not adding stuff. And if you do, go ahead and hit that clear all and resave all the stuff, and then you should be good. All right. So listen, y'all, I'm gonna do this one more thing here I want to show y'all. And that was previewing the sound pack, because I know a lot of people, they like what they hear with the sound pack, but you never heard me actually go live talking about it. All right, you've seen the promo videos, but you never heard me talking about it live. So that's what we're gonna do here, and then I'm gonna call this video, I'm gonna say goodnight because it's late, y'all. All right, but let's start from the top, work our way over. All right. Matter of fact, we could just do it this way. That way, when I change, yeah, it changes with it. All right, that's my bells. All right, that's your bells. You got some organ patches here. All right, you also have some presets saved down here that you can just go to. We got top music 1, top music 2. All right, we got top music 3. And of course, we got the full house. All right, we got some jazz stuff. All right, we got some jazz solos too. And then we got the catwalk. All right, so that's the organ patch. And honestly speaking, y'all, this is probably the best sounding organ, stock organ that you're gonna get in Ableton across the board. I'm telling you, find me another stock Ableton organ that sounds better than this. Now, I'm not saying it's the best in the world, but I'm talking about stock, because all of these patches in this session are stock Ableton patches. It's not gonna get no better than that. I'm telling you, y'all. And I'm not just bragging, I'm just telling the truth, because I use Ableton all the time. All right, so we got some plucks here. And with all of these sounds, some of them you have delay and reverb, some of them you only have reverb, but you can edit all of these sounds. You can change the cutoff. I think opening up that mod wheel opens up the cutoff. We got some plugs happening there. Then we got some pulses. Dope stuff, man. Dope stuff, Doc. Let me see. I got a comment here. My brother, Pro Legion Legrand. I don't know I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyways, can we recreate atmosphere or Logic sounds as Ableton patches with Max for Live? That I don't know, bro. That's a more experienced question than I know at the moment. But yeah, I don't know the answer to that one, brother. But if you find a way, let me know, because I know some dope Logic sounds that I would definitely love to have in my Ableton session. All right. And then this right here, Ting Bell. This may seem really weird or whatever, but like to just have this sound, I'm gonna just show y'all real quick. If you layer this sound with, like, let's just say piano. I got Royal Grand 2D. I call it 2D because it's not 3D. All right, it's not as 3D as the Nord, but it's as close as it can get. Press it, get it out. But if you layer these two sounds together with your Ting Bell, you hear I just give it a little bit more lift on the high presence, especially when you're playing church. All right, so that's the point of the Ting Bell. You can kind of layer that with a piano patch, and it just gives it more of, like, you know, just gives it more of a punchiness to the sound. All right, so I'm still working my way from this side. Let's close down the pianos for now, but as y'all can hear, the Royal Grand 2D sounds too good. All right, let's go to the basses. We got 808s. Yes, sir, Doc. All right, we got 808 drops. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this song, but we got that, 808 drop, and then we got Glide and Moog. Let me turn this down a little bit. I feel like it's loud. All right, we got Moog Grit. All right, then we got sub bass. All right, then we got some effect stuff happening. Let me close these now as I go. We got our effect stuff, so we got orchestra hits. Matter of fact, Sunday, this past Sunday, if you listen to my first video, Goodness of God by Kendall McDowell, then you heard me using these when I was doing it. Yep. I was using these right here. Then we got the sweeps. Can't go wrong with your sweeps, man. All right, and remember, these are stock patches, so these aren't third-party instruments. Then I showed y'all this here already. Oh no, this is our soft keys. Yes, sir. Then we got our Lush Rose. And then the World Grand, World Grand 2D. It's crazy I can't play this right now. All right, so yeah, you got the Royal Grand 2D, and then we got our EP, Silk EP. All right, that's all our key stuff that's happening there. Then we got our 8-bit. So our 8-bit, we got our Frost. We got our hollow pad, which was in the Atmosphere, but you have it stock in Ableton now. So remember, you can actually use these with the custom keys rig, all right? We got our Motion. And I actually use this one in my keys rig instead of the Atmosphere one because I am using a lot of Atmosphere, so to keep some CPU off of my Atmosphere, I use this one. And when you open up the bar wheel, it opens up some of that Atmosphere sound. Then we got Sign Pad. All right, then what else we got here? We got Sign Ting. This is one of my favorite sounds to use here. Real alien like that. All right, then we got Singing Pads. Now check this out. I actually used this patch right here on a record that I produced for an amazing UK artist. Her name is Carol. I can't get their last name right to save my soul, but it's Bertigo. I be butchering people's names, but Carol and Olivier, that's my people, man. I produced a song for her. It's called All the Glory, and I believe that song was in E. And in the beginning of the song, I use this patch right here. All right, and then we got the strings. Y'all listen. Stock Ableton strings. Y'all ready for this magic? Stock Ableton strings. If you don't have this sound pack by now, man, I don't know what else to say to convince you. But stock Ableton strings. Watch this, y'all. Get it, Doc. I'm trying to tell you, man. You only need one of those, man. One of those. And then, of course, I already showed y'all these synths. Just a little hint, if you want to be able to play this, once this song drop, it's called Above Every Name. Once the song drop by Chris Lawson, if you want to be able to play this at your church without the stems, here's the patch. Yes, sir, man. All right, then we got the phone. And then we got the synth. All right, then we got this. Matter of fact, if you listen to my video, y'all, anybody that's still watching this, if you listen to my aux video, in my left hand, I was playing some patches over there. This is one of the patches I was playing. It kind of helps fill space up, right? So you don't always have to use strings, things like that to fill up space. You can use a patch like this. All right, and then what else we have here, man? We got some lead stuff. And we got sound delay. All right, we got that. Then we got our synth. Then we got our welling synth. This is something really good. You probably hear me doing this live. I got this technique from Leonard. You probably hear me doing this live with my guitar and with sounds, but you got this. You just press one note and it happens automatically. All right, that's the dub sound. And then we got our vocoder synth patches. So for poly vocoder synth, and if you notice, it has some white noise in it to help with the signal of your voice. So we got a poly synth, and then we have a mono synth. As you can see, it has some white noise in there as well, but it's also covering an octave. So that way, when you're just playing one note, it don't sound like, you know, too much on the top end, no bottom. It has a top and the bottom. It fills up a lot of the frequency spectrum. Show y'all the website so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Y'all can actually go to the website. Let's see here. Y'all should be able to see. Yeah, y'all should be able to see my screen. Yeah. This on the website, y'all. Nothing on my website is over $100. The top price on my website right now is $100, and that's where you get my keys rig, the custom keys rig that comes with the update, and you get in the atmosphere sounds. All right, that's the only thing though. Like if you go into this, I know this is showing my editor's side. If you go into this, and if you was to put these two prices together, you would get $112.50. It's $100 now, y'all. Same thing, if you go back to the other bundle where you get the Ableton sound pack with the custom, if you put these two together, you get $100. Now it's $75, y'all. All right. The price before on this, it was $150. It's not going to show it because I've updated it, but it was $150. Now it's half off. It's $75. If you don't have the Yank keys rig, you're really missing out on especially the flexibility of running your keys live. Even if you just want to try out Ableton, say you're not really using Ableton, you have Ableton, but you ain't really using it for keys like that, you're using MainStage. I would convert anybody from MainStage to Ableton because just the flexibility of it. But say you want to try it out. Now it's affordable. You can try it out at an affordable price just for $75. You can try it out. And I'm telling you, you're going to be convinced. You're going to want to start using it. But yes, you should definitely have this in your arsenal. The Yank keys ready. You got the update. You have the sound pack is here. The Yank Ableton sound pack is here. It's only $25, y'all. All right, so like I said, even if it's something that if you already have it, thank you so much. You can go back to the website. You can get the updates. Feel free to scroll through and see if you want anything else from there. If you don't have it, make sure you get it. Even if you know somebody else that'll be like, bro, this would really be dope for you, send it to them and make sure they get it, because this sale is going to end tomorrow at midnight. So not in a few minutes, not in 15 minutes midnight, but August 2nd at midnight. So basically August 3rd. In the morning of August 3rd, it won't be there no more. Everything will be back at regular price. And we don't want that, all right? But I appreciate y'all staying with me, man. I really got to get off of here. But before I go, I want y'all to see something, just in case anybody wants to, you know, try to repost this anywhere. I want y'all to see this, man.